Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope that you were doing fantastic. I am Andarta. I am a professional psychic and Reiki master in Western New York. And just a reminder, I have an online workshop coming up next Thursday, July the 10th from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You just need to contact me to register for it, and it is my online basic Oracle tools class. So this is all Oracle tools besides the tarot, because I have many tarot classes all by themselves. This is looking at dowsing rods, pendulums, Oracle tools, runes. We're going to be talking about all those different types of Oracle tools in that class. So make sure to register by next Wednesday, July the 9th. Okay. All right, so I wanted to talk today about Neptune in retrograde. So Neptune goes retrograde on Friday, July 4th, in Aries, and then it changes to Pisces on October 22nd until December 10th. Okay, so we have Neptune in retrograde from this Friday until December 10th. What in the world does that mean? So Neptune is the god of dreams, spirituality, and psychic abilities. And so when and it often has that very dreamy, illusions even type of feel to it, with our own psychic abilities and our own thoughts and even dream works. And so when this planet is in retrograde, then we are all sort of being forced to looking at how our dreams can become a reality. So it is the practical, concrete paths to our hopes and goals, and how do we make our dreams an actual reality as opposed to just sitting around daydreaming about it. So make sure that the dreams you are wanting to bring about are actually your own and not somebody else's that's been placed upon you. Okay. But this retrograde, it sparks this deep self-reflection that is for spiritual clarity, and makes us look within ourselves to reevaluate our dreams and goals, just to make sure that that's actually what we're wanting. And maybe our lives have shifted and changed. Maybe, external sources have changed our lives, or internally we have, that's what this is all about, is looking internally to see how our dreams and goals may have shifted and changed and what we want in life. So Neptune makes our dreams seem blurry and like illusions. So in retrograde, we get clarity and see the illusions dissipate. So what does that mean? It's sort of like very garbly, but just taking some time, obviously between now and December 10th, to really evaluate what your goals are in life. What are your hopes, your dreams? And it can also be about your psychic abilities may be enhanced during this time as well. So this is, I don't know if it's warning or heads up or what you want to call it, but all of our psychic abilities are going to be heightened during this time because of this retrograde. So Friday is the 4th of July, and there's also going to be a No Kings 2.0 set of protests around the world again. What does that mean? Oh, so, maybe these protests can bring our social dreams and visions of unity, equity, and inclusion into an actual reality. Us standing up for everybody, for the 99%, not the 1%, that is how we are going to make our dreams a reality, rather than just, nice thoughts and prayers that, don't do anything. And also, just to keep in mind, we have Pluto. We've had Pluto in retrograde since May 4th. And so that Pluto is in retrograde until October 13th. And this is introspection about power and control issues in our own lives. Boy, doesn't that seem to be what we've been really experiencing lately, right? Is looking at what kind of power do we want others to have over our lives. So Pluto retrograde brings forth karmic lessons of our past and past lives. So don't be surprised if you actually start having, or you've been having, dreams or visions of past lives coming forward. And this is all because of Pluto being in retrograde. And so this is a chance to reinvent yourself from the lessons of this deep dive into your dark aspects, into your past. And do not be afraid of your fears. I mean, it's the only thing to fear is fear itself, but don't be afraid of your own fears because they're ultimately you. And so you should not be afraid of yourself, of seeing who you have been and what you have done. It's not very pleasant. I just talked about this a lot in my Manifest Your Higher Self class on Monday. But, it is ultimately your soul and your path that you need to examine to see where you need to go next. So socially, we need to see how our society can shift for the better of all, not just the 1%, especially with, continuing on with these protests. And, really sort of going forward and being brave, not just brave being outside and doing the protests, but also being brave by looking within yourself too. Because that is a very difficult thing to do. It's very easy to blame place, to look at how other people have done you wrong. And so that's why you're in this predicament. And yes, there is a lot of things that are going on that are out of our control, but that is sort of the whole point of this Neptune in retrograde, is trying to figure out how we can manifest a better dream and goal and vision for our individual selves, as well as for our social life, for our community, for our country. So I just thought that I would break these things down because, yes, we have the moon cycles that really affect us, but we also have all of these different planets in retrograde. And most people, almost everybody has heard of something about those Mercury retrogrades of whatever it is, and they don't know what it is, but it's scary. And but people only focus on Mercury. We have many other planets, obviously, that when they're in retrograde, they are different lessons. And so, one thing that you can do is to join my Patreon page, because I actually do my monthly newsletter and I look at all of the astrological influences, as well as the land influences and the time of year and book reviews and deck reviews and all that stuff. And so this might be a tool for you to be able to figure out, oh, is this just me, or are other people experiencing X, Y, and Z or something like that? Okay. So, just, think about these different things, but especially about how, Pluto has been in retrograde for a while and how that might have been playing into what you've been experiencing since May 4th. And then this July 4th is Neptune retrograde. And this is all about stripping away the illusions and trying to find concrete, definitive, practical ways to get to our goals and dreams. Okay? So I hope that you all are doing well, and I will see you all next week. All right. Bye-bye.